Welcome guys. So in my first video I showed you how to calculate a transportation problem using the northwest corner method. So today we're going to minimize the transportation problem below using the least cost cell method. Using the least cost cell method, so we are going to use that formula to minimize the transportation problem. So we are going to proceed like this. So this is the equation here. So this is what you are minimizing. So we want to use the least cost cell method to minimize the transportation problem. So before you begin, you ensure that the problem is balanced. So how will you ensure that the problem is balanced? So if the total supply is equal to the total demand, then the problem is balanced. But when the total supply is not equal to the total demand, then the problem is not balanced. So even in my first video, I showed you, and I equated. I say that if DD, that is the demand, is not equal to the supply, then the transportation problem is not balanced. But when the demand is equal to the supply, then the problem is balanced. So let's confirm. So if the total supply 10 plus 20 30, that is 90, then 20 plus 20 plus 50, that is 90. So the problem is balanced. So we can now proceed with our calculations. So this is what you are going to do. So you do that, you do So after doing that, we are going to identify the least penalty here. So the least penalty among these numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 5 and 3. So the least penalty is 1 because we are using the least cost cell. So we identify the least penalty here. So the least penalty here is 1. So after identifying that the least is 1, we compare the demand down here and the supply the other side. So demand down here is 20, the supply is 10. So the law is we allocate the least. So the least, if you compare 10 and 20, the least is 10. So that is what we place there. So being that that is 10, here 20 minus 10 will be 10, 10 minus 10 will be 0. So we are going to delete this row because we have consumed everything here. So we delete this row, no longer be there because of this 0 here. Then among the remaining numbers, so we are remaining with 5, 6, 9, 10, 5 and 3. So among the remaining numbers, you again check which number is the least. So the least number here is 3. So we are going to allocate here. So then we compare the supply and the demand. So the supply here is 60, the demand is 50. So the law is we allocate the least. So 50 and 60, 50 is the least. So after doing that, 50 minus 50 here will remain with 0. This one will remain with 10. So that because of this 0, that column will be deleted. Then again, we are remaining with 4 numbers. So which one is the least among these 4 numbers? So we have the least is 5. We have 2 of them. So we have this 5 and this 5. So you can pick any. You can pick either this one or this one, but I want to pick this one, the first one. So if I pick the first one, then compare the demand and the supply. So the demand is 10, the supply is 20. So the least unit is 10. So that's what I allocate here. So that here we are going to remain with 10 minus 10 is 0, 20 minus 10 is 10. So that now that column will be deleted because of this. Then I'm remaining with 6 and 5. So the least is 5. So the least unit among the supply and the demand is 10. So I allocate 10 here. So that 10 minus 10 will be 0. Then 20 minus 10 will be 10. Like that. So if you compare here, if you look at this, we are going to delete this 5. So this 5 will go. This 5 will go because of this 0 here. So we are remaining with one number here, 6. Then if you compare the supply, 10 here, then the demand is also 10, meaning now they are equal. So we can allocate 10. So that here we remain with 0. We remain with 0. So that this one. So this one can now go. So from there, we can calculate the transportation cost. So transportation cost here, the transportation cost now. So transportation cost. So transportation cost will be calculated as follows. So we can do it up here. Transportation cost. So transportation cost will be calculated as follows. So you only pick the values which are allocated. So in this cell we have allocated 10. Here 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 we have allocated 10. So the cost will be, transportation cost will be 1 times 10 plus 5 times 10 plus 6 times 10 plus 5 times 10 plus 3 times 50. So we are going to have 10 times 1 plus 10 times 5 plus 10 times 6 plus 10 times 5 plus this one here 50 times 3. So this one will give us 10 plus 50 plus 60 plus 50 plus 150. So 10 plus 50, 60, 120. So 120 plus 50, that is 170. 170 plus 150, that is 320. So that is the total transportation cost. So that is using the least cost cell method. So I hope you have understood that method. So we are going to move to using transportation cost using the Vogel's approximation. So this is the third formula, this is the second formula. So the least cost cell is the second formula, then the third one is the transportation using the Vogel's. So the third formula is the Vogel's, So we are going to use this method to minimize the cost. So let's see how the method works. So we are going to use the same example. So we have the source, that is from, then we have the destination, which is to. So it is coming from A, B, C, then moving to 1, 2 and 3. Then we have the total demand, then we have the supply. So demand 20 here, 50. Then supply 10, 20, 60, sorry. That is 60, then the total is 90. So if you add the sum, it will be giving you 90. Then here we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 5, 3. Then we are going to have this. So after doing that, this is what we have. So we are using the Vogel's approximation. So we are going to start by reducing the rows. So reducing the rows, we are going to identify the least penalty and the second least penalty. Then we get the difference. So the least penalty here is 1 in the first row. In this row, the least penalty is 1, the second least is 2. So 2 minus 1, that is 1. In the second row, the list is 6, the list is 5, the second list is 6. So 6 minus 5, that is 1. Then here the list is 3, second list is 5. Second list is 5. So if you get the difference, you are getting 2. Then here, so we are done with the rows. Then we move to columns. So columns here, the list is 1, second list is 5, so the difference is 4. Here the difference, list, second list, 3, list, so list is 3, as you can see. So the list is 3, the second list is 3, so that is 0. So these are the same, so they are tying, so the difference will be 0. Then after doing that, we identify the maximum. So the maximum value, the maximum penalty among this one. So the maximum is this one here. So being that the maximum is here, we enter in this column, then we identify the least value. So the least value is 1. So being that the least value is 1, we are going to compare the supply and demand. So supply is 10, demand is 20. We allocate the list. So the list is 10. So we'll remain with 10, we'll remain with 0. The entire row will go. Then we begin afresh, the reduction afresh. So here we are having nothing because the numbers are no longer there. Then here we'll remain with 1.